Hey everyone, I'm Dan with DC Wolves. I'm the singer and guitar player, and we are here at the Sound Den. This is our practice space to talk about our new EP, Atmosphere. So Atmosphere, it's 4 songs. We've already released 2 as singles. The first one being Pile Driver. Pile Driver, kind of a driving song that's really about the toll that war takes on people that don't really understand it, but yet have to go out and fight it. Very straightforward, very rockin' tune. The second song, Pure, is kind of about, this outrage culture that's been built around social media and just like the way that people interact with each other, and we've kind of lost a lot of the empathy, and that goes across the board. I'm not taking sides or of any particular thing, but just people are always at each other's throats. The society that we've built around this social media and stuff is really kind of taken a turn for the worse, I think, and just how we interact with each other. The origins of the song go back to a previous band of mine, actually, and it's gone through quite a few iterations of what the song was about. Ultimately, I felt like, especially now, that kind of message resonates a lot more. The third song, a song called Personal Jesus by Depeche Mode. Most people know it. So the Depeche Mode song I chose, one, because I think they have a certain swagger to them. A lot of their songs just have this kind of, dark sensuality to them. I picked Personal Jesus in particular as a song to do just because of the messaging that I think resonates right now. We kind of built our own take on the song that I think exists kind of in a good spot between, the original version that Depeche Mode did, and then the one in, I think it was the 90s, Marilyn Manson came out with his version that's more of like an industrial hard rock metal version. So we kind of exist more in the middle of that. And it's interesting as a concept now, thinking about like how, I think conceptually it was, when you run into problems or anything, you had somebody to call, and now we're in this world where like something like AI is something that people talk to as a means of communicating and dealing with loneliness. Is that a good thing? I don't know. I mean, it's just where we are right now. And so it's kind of, the message has sort of evolved as the times and technology have evolved. Sure, it's a song that everybody knows by them, but I think in particular just the concept behind the song has like a new important meaning to the times that we're living in today. Plus it's just fun to play. Our last song, Atmosphere, that's the titular song. This is a song I spent a lot of time over the years traveling for work, traveling for vacations. I've been overseas multiple times. And there's a certain feeling you get when you're coming home after a long trip of just, you're excited everything you've seen has been amazing, but you're excited to get home and just, back to whoever it is that, is waiting for you at home, back to the familiar, the place that you more or less feel like you belong. So some of the songs on Atmosphere, we've kind of drip fed them out over the past year or so. Pile Driver and Pure in particular, that have been singles out for a little bit. We got a nice video for Pile Driver as well. And then with the other 2 songs, we've actually had them for sale, at our shows and stuff for a little bit. It's kind of nice to have that physical thing. When people come up to you to talk to you at the merch booth, it's like, oh, we've got this new thing, it's not even out yet. So it's kind of an exciting way to present new material. And we actually were able to debut Atmosphere, the song, on Laser 99.3, which is kind of our local radio station. Leah Rance, was kind enough to bring us into the studio to kind of talk about the EP, some shows and things that we had coming up. We were able to present it that way, and now we've got it out to the wider world. So the writing of Atmosphere, it's kind of an interesting new direction for the band, because previously, the album Predator, You've Been Careless, Nighthawk, the other EP there, were all written solely by me. This will be the first body of work that actually has contributions from other members of the band. So we had Andy Kelly and Joe Brune. Joe played the drums on this, and Andy did backup vocals and bass. And so the 2 of them, working with me on the recording, the writing, all of that stuff, to kind of bring the whole thing together. It even included the first appearance of Shawn, who's now in the band, Shawn Costa. He was kind of working a little bit with Andy as Andy was leaving the band, participating in some of the recording sessions, had some of his own ideas, and you can hear some of what he did at the very end of the song Atmosphere. So it's been an interesting journey because that was kind of like working a new muscle, at least as far as this band goes. You'll probably hear in future recordings a lot more of that collaborative work. There is a point, I think, in every artist's career where they just, new ideas and stuff, and having more people to kind of contribute really helps. We recorded Atmosphere at Sound Lab in East Hampton. That was with Justin Pizzaferrato. He's such a good producer to work with. He's very much somebody that you can call on him for as much or as little input as you want. I had previously worked with him on the Predator album. He just happened to have recorded a few other artists that I was really into, like Elder, for instance. He did some Pixies, he did Dinosaur Jr., there's a bunch of other bands that he's worked with. Going back to work with him on these songs was just a very comfortable place to be. He was the first person that kind of pushed me to do even more harmonies and stuff in my songs. So you hear that now. Previously, before the Predator album, we didn't really have that. Now it's become part of the sound, right? It's something that he helped me realize was very important to making these songs feel big. The other great part about working with him is sometimes he's able to tell me, or anybody else in the band that's working on the songs, he's able to say like, hey, that was a good take, you don't need to do anymore. That really helps me because, sometimes you can get in your own head and you're like, oh, that was not good. No, I'm gonna do it again, do it again, do it again. And then eventually he'll be like, nope, that was the one. Working with him is just a great experience. On this album, you may notice as you're listening to it, there's only 4 tracks, but each one has its own, very much its own identity. Pile Driver, for example, is a heavier song. Pure is a much more, driving, maybe rhythm groove kind of song. Atmosphere, very long, kind of builds to a crescendo, epic, slow. It's even got some shoegazy elements. And then Personal Jesus is just kind of a rockin' song that a lot of people know. It's important to showcase that, one, because it's part of the identity of the band. I always felt, if you're going to have a song on an album that's supposed to be the heavy song, make sure that it's the heavy song. There's no other song that you could describe as that, because that makes each one stand out from the others. Pile Driver being a heavy song, it's got breakdowns, you could do a lot of headbanging to that one. Atmosphere is the total opposite of that. You've got a lot of uplifting choruses and chords, and it's slow, but it makes you feel something. If this is somebody's first time listening to the band, and they only got 20 minutes, this is the EP to listen to, because this gives you a good balance of what we're about. Anyway, that's the EP Atmosphere. Real excited for you all to listen to it. Let us know what you think, and we'll be out there playing it for you. Thanks.